What's good, everybody? Mosey back with another lovely video today. And today I'm gonna basically be talking about the feelings of tiredness and how they can relate in our daily lives and how we should deal with tiredness and feeling tired. Whether that's a mental way or a spiritual way, emotional way, or a physical way. Cause I obviously every day we get physically tired depending on what we be doing and stuff, but if we be sleeping, then we usually get physically tired because that's when we sleep, is when we is just physically drained, and sometimes we sleep when we is just mentally drained too, and that's completely understandable. But y'all, I am gonna show y'all something beautiful today, something beautiful that my lovely friend Mason created for me. And yes, his name is Mason, just like me. He's a fellow Mason, y'all. He's a fellow Mason. But right here, he basically does wood carvings that I admire a lot, because like me and him, like we both make artwork, but it's on like an opposite spectrum in a way, because he does his 3D works, I do the 2D works, and he's honestly a master, I feel like, when it comes to like wood burning and woodworking. And of course, like, he's developing with each and every day that he chooses to work on it. But his work as of now, to me, is nothing like I've ever seen, and it's something I really appreciate. But anyways, I'm gonna show y'all what he made. It was a while back, but he made this eyeball for me, right? I love this eyeball, and you know what? I'm gonna show y'all something, because in my room, y'all, as you can see in the background, that's my where my snake Annie lives. That's her little terrarium right there. And let me show y'all something. This is my setup, right? Because my desk right there. And with this, bro, I want to show y'all. This is kind of the little setup that I got here with all my rocks and stuff. I got them set up here, and just a lot of things that mean something to me in a way, And this isn't always how it always looks, because usually, I'll put the eyeball right here, right? And I took it out so I could show y'all today. And I took out two other rocks to show y'all today that I really appreciate and that really mean a lot to me. And as y'all can see, I'm creating a mural in the background right here. I'm creating a mural, which is basically like my own poster. And it's like, it conveys all the realms of reality that I have basically created, because I truly believe that when we are in our dream world, it is just as real as the present moment. It's just as real as the reality we are experiencing right now. Like right now as I'm talking to you, it's just as real. And let me tell y'all, I have a theory, because a couple months ago I got a bunch of visions, right, about these realms, is what I call them. And there's 12 of them, and each of them represents a certain aspect of humanity or nature in a way. And they also represent either a certain feeling, and they also, I've noticed, they correlate with astrology, and it makes a lot of sense as to why they look the way they do, what resides in them, due to the astrological connections. Being 1 through 12 of the zodiacs, with Aries and Pisces being beginning and end. But yeah, y'all will know a lot more about that in the future when I release my comic series, and when I start working on that, The Corridors of Reverb. When I really work on that, y'all gonna see some crazy stuff. I hope y'all enjoy that series, because I feel like it's genuinely gonna change the world. Like, I have that belief in myself, and it's not even a belief, like, it's something that I know. Like, I'm gonna inspire the world, like, in ways that nobody else could ever imagine. And that's truly the capability of humans, because you can do the exact same thing. As I'm saying this, like, I'm not saying this because, like, oh yeah, I know I'm like good enough for that on everything. And no, I'm saying that because I know what the steps that I have to do and the work that I have to put in, the work that I have put in, will ultimately lead to my goals being manifested, my dreams coming true, because I know how much work that I've been putting in, type shit. But anyways, y'all, I got another rock to show y'all today. And this one I feel like it represents me, but the way that I present myself to others, in a way. And I say that because this rock in particular represents the sign of Libra to me, the sign of balance and harmony. And it also represents yin, which is the other side of yang. And this is what the rock looks like, my friends. This is what it looks like. And it's quite beautiful. It's got this natural, this like divot, this hole right here, right? It's like the only dark spot on the whole rock. And that's what really made it special and important to me in a way. It's just really cool. I really like that rock, and I actually chiseled it to make it look how it looks and make it smooth and, you know, just make it how it is today. And then now I'm gonna show y'all a rock that I actually didn't work on, that I didn't chisel, and if I did, it would be a crime because this shit is way too smooth, way too cool to have any work done on it like that, I feel like. Definitely, y'all. But, let me show y'all. Ta-da! This rock right here. Look how shiny, y'all. It's so cute. It's just so beautiful. It's genuinely so beautiful. And my aunt, basically, my Aunt May, she gave this to me, right? She gave it to me, I believe it was for my birthday a couple years ago or a year ago, something like that. But she gave it to me for a special occasion. Oh, no, it was for Christmas. That's what it was. She gave it to me. And I keep it in that area that I showed y'all. That little rock area, right? I keep it in there because it gives off really good energy in my room, I feel like, and just looking at it makes me happy in a way, you know. It really does. So yeah, those are the rocks that I wanted to show y'all today. And now it is time to talk about tiredness. I feel like a lot of people will not really know what to do in states of tiredness when it especially comes to mental or emotional tiredness, or even a spiritual tiredness. And what I mean by that is a lot of us will either push ourselves more when we feel this way, or we in a way will kind of just give up. Not really give up like completely on everything, but in that moment we will just be like, this is just way too hard. I don't have the energy for this, and I just don't want to do this right now. And that's honestly really fair. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. And like I said before, experiences, like, they differ for everybody. Experiences always differ, period. They're always gonna be different. Whether you do the same thing in the same way you did it the last time, it's always gonna be different in its own ways, y'all. Even if it's on a computer, which is crazy to think about, but it's true. Y'all can play the same, like, let's say you on like some audio software on a computer that is literally programmed to play a certain sound at the exact same time every single time at the exact millisecond, right? It's programmed to be that perfect, right? Even so, with that, you may say that each and every one of those moments, they can't be different. They're happening all at the same time. But in reality, each and every one of those moments that are repeating is being repeated in a different area of the present moment, because the present moment is continuing. It's now. It's not before. It's not after. It's just now. And so to realize that is to realize that everything's going to be different, and that we shouldn't really try to look for the same, at least exact same outlooks and outcomes of certain things. I feel like that's not too healthy, y'all. And I feel like it's not that healthy to basically work yourself to no end in a way. Like, of course it's good to be busy. Of course it's good to know, like, oh, I got to get this done today, and no matter what, you know, no matter how I'm really feeling about it right now, it's something that's necessary for my future self to be feeling comfortable and content in a way. And that's okay, y'all. Like, there's always gonna be moments where we're tired or drained or overworked or overstressed. And what it's about, really just realizing what your body and your mind needs in those moments. It's really about looking within and asking yourself, like, what can I do in this moment to make myself feel less tired or more comfortable or get more energy in a way? And not in a way where you're relying upon a material substance or a material thing or another person to gain that energy. Where can I find that energy within myself? I think that's really important. That's something not many people practice nowadays. is really trying to derive that energy from within ourselves, and really just make the most of it in a way. Like, just really make the most of those experiences in that regard, and make the most of appreciating what we can, because we can always make a choice, because that's how smart and important and powerful our human brains is. Our potential exceeds the limits of our imagination, period. What you imagine your limit is does not really, it does exist, but it doesn't really exist. And I say that it doesn't really exist at the same time because it's very healthy to know limits, because like I was saying earlier, we can't work ourselves to the grave. We have to have moments where we're taking care of ourselves and being comfortable in a moment, and finding either energy within us or comfort within us to rest truly. If y'all have been in your self-development journey and y'all have been growing a lot, and you've just been like nonstop, in a way, grinding with that, number one, props to you. You are strong as hell. I mean, everybody's strong, but you exceed that word in a way, is what I'd like to say. But not only that, if you feel as though that you are one of those people that truly is taking the self-development journey to the next level and working and being consistent every single day and trying your absolute hardest in every moment, it's important to know when we need to rest. I'm not gonna lie. Because in reality, everybody deserves rest. Even the people that don't work as hard as us or work as hard as other people or do as much as other people in a positive way, they still deserve rest, because we are all humans. We all deserve rest in our own ways. And I think it's just important to remember that life doesn't always have to be like so intense in a way. It's important to know when to have fun in life. It's important to know when to what I like to say, stay on a lower frequency, where you can connect and harmonize with other people around you that you care about, that might just might be on a lower frequency than you. And what I mean by that, a frequency, is what I mean by like where they are development-wise in their mind and their soul, like how much they have developed their mind and their ways of thinking and their growth and how they act in a way. Their maturity can be determined, I feel like, by that as well. But I feel like it's important to healthily immerse ourselves in a lower frequency at times, so that we can get on that level with people to not necessarily go out of the way to change them, but to inspire them in our own ways, to maybe give them that little head start, that little push that they might have needed their whole life, to become the person they've always wanted to be. I try to do a little something like that at least once every single day, honestly. I try to go out of my way, whether it's towards a stranger, whether it's towards my own friends that I care about or I've known for a while, whether it's towards a friend that I haven't even really spoken to that much. If I notice a certain energy about somebody in my heart, and I look within myself and my heart is telling me to say a certain thing or to reach out to that person, I will not hesitate to do so. I will not hesitate to go up to that human or to reach out to that human and be like, is everything okay? What is going on? Or to just reach out with some advice, being like, I really hope you know that you are more valuable than you really truly believe and that you could ever really comprehend. Because that is the truth, y'all. It's always really, really, really important to be in harmony with the truth. To live an honest life is to live a happy life, y'all. We may think that a lot of these materialistic desires and our own even physical desires may bring us more comfort than going out of the way to put in the work to, in a way, to renovate ourselves. We may feel like in the moment that those temporary desires, those temporary feelings may be more important because we're experiencing them so intensely in that moment. And so we're just like, oh, I really want that. I really want that really bad. I'm going to go do that right now. And that's not always a bad thing. Like, it definitely depends, y'all. And that's why I say, take my lessons and my wisdom and my whatever I be saying, take that with a grain of salt and take that with your own perspective. Don't be trying to see everything exactly through my eyes, because you never will. I'm gonna be for real. Just as I never will see through any of your eyes the way that you do, y'all will never ever see through my eyes the way I do. My colorblind eyes, y'all. Y'all will never see. And that's just the truth of it. That's just the fact of the matter, y'all. You know, you can't, as much as we want to immerse ourselves in another person's perspective or their life to either change or control it, whether positively or negatively, it's always important to remember the limit with that. It's always important to remember when you're going out of your way and when it's hurting you to influence people like that. Because people who are naturally more giving and naturally more like, I guess you could say like helpful and peaceful towards other people, I feel like they'll naturally give more to other people than they do themselves. And they will forget in those moments when they're getting so involved with those other people's lives that they too have a life and that they too see through their perspective the way that they do. And if the person that you're trying to help or change or influence is not really accepting of that and accepting of the fact that you have your own issues, you have your own perspective and your own opinions too, if they're not really respectful of that, then they may have, been in this life to cross paths with you, not necessarily stay on the same path as you. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody we meet and interact with on a day-to-day basis is meant to stay on our path. Not everybody's meant to stay. Some people are just meant to cross paths, and we got to remember that. And you know what I learned? I'm gonna quote this amazing, lovely human being that I love so much. He's on Instagram. His name is That One Guy. That's his IG. His name is like That One Guy .ig. He used to do these really, really funny videos where he like dance around the screen, be like, he'd do this crazy movements and shit, up to the music, and it'd be funny as hell. And he made lots of people laugh and lots of people feel positive and stuff. But he recently posted a very honest and very beautiful video on his Instagram that basically he explains to his audience that none of you are my friends, and a lot of you I've never even met before, but in reality you are all my family. And what he means by that is that a lot of us fail to realize that we all came from the same place. A lot of us fail to realize that each and every one of us are interconnected in our own ways, no matter how opposite we are to the other. We are all still connected in the equilibrium of things. I'm not gonna lie. And to realize that everybody is your family doesn't mean that you have to go out of your way to love and interact with and, not necessarily appreciate everybody, but like go out of your way to influence everybody all the time and go out of your way to do that. There's got to be time for yourself too, and there's got to be that balance as always. But what I'm trying to say is that not everybody you are family with you are gonna mess with. Not everybody you family with you are gonna really like get along with in a way that you're gonna agree with. That's probably the best way to put it. You're not always gonna agree with family, but that doesn't make them not family. That doesn't make them not related to you. That doesn't make them not related to, everything that life is in a way. Because they always will be, unfortunately, even with the bad ones. And it's not really that unfortunate, but it is when it comes to people that don't really respect you a way that you want to be respected, or don't really value you a way that you value them or yourself. It's definitely different, and it's definitely difficult to see people like that as family still. But to realize that we truly did all come from the exact same place is to realize that it's important to honor our own valuableness. It's important to realize how valuable we are and unique we are, but it's also important to realize we are one among many. Just as I said, I think in my 8th video, we are one among many, y'all. We are. We are one among many. And I love that phrase. I love that quote so much, because in that quote, it not only validates your individuality in a way that it's like, it's saying that you are one, because we are, but we are among many because everybody else is individuals. It's such a simple phrase, but it says so much if you really think about it. We are one among many, because we are all individuals in our own ways, you know. But we are all interconnected at the same time. And we are all supposed to respect the fact that we are that connected. And if we don't ever do that, then we're not ever really going to progress in this world. I'll be for real, y'all. It's good to have, like, differences with people, and to realize how you differ from other people. And it's good to realize what kind of people that you see yourself fit being around. Because we're not always going to be happy around everybody. It's just how it is, y'all. And with that comes the acceptance. I feel like we got to accept the fact that because we're all interconnected and related, it doesn't mean we got to go out of our way, to see those people all the time, or to be around those people. Because like I said before, we cross paths. And some of us stay, some of us leave in a way. But it's important to just realize that, in a way, it's important to realize it's going to be okay. It is going to be okay. And if you were watching this video and I'm sorry if this hits hard, but if you're watching this video and you happen to have felt a certain loss in your life, either with another individual or family member, somebody that meant something important to you, or something that meant something important to you, I would like to show you all something that might help you realize that it's going to be okay, and that might help you realize that we're all interconnected in our own ways too. And let me show you that real quick, y'all. Let me get this picture down. This is the picture of Charlie. Charlie was the first dog that that we ever had in our house, right? He was with me through most of my life, up until I was about, I think, 12 or 11, right? When he passed away from a seizure. And he was getting to that age, but his death is still a mystery to this day. And it still could have been caused by many tragic things. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of tragic things happening at the time in that house that he was not comfortable with, that I was not comfortable with, that he shouldn't have had to witness or deal with, period, that nobody should have had to witness or deal with, honestly. But what happened. And what I'm saying is that I think it's important to respect and honor the living as we do the dead, and to respect and honor the dead as we do the living. Because the dead, like, can truly inspire and motivate us just as much as the living. And about Charlie, I'll talk to y'all about Charlie. Charlie was, to me, a father figure, because a lot of y'all just see him as a dog, and I get that. I totally get that. But I personally have grown up my whole life without a father figure. And I'm not really going to get into that, y'all, because I don't want to dump nothing on y'all. But Charlie, he was the only energy, I feel like, in that house that I could properly see as a father figure, that I could properly register as fatherly energy. And he's looking at me right now. And the thing is, y'all, it's important to remember that the spirits that truly you have lost in this life, and the people that you have lost, if they really meant that much to you, and you really think about them that much, and you really care about them that much, I do feel like them as spirits will be guiding you if you let them, though. It's only if you let them. And what I mean by that is, I think that our grief can get a hold of us at times and take us away from experiencing the present moment as we need to, and getting done with what we need to get done, in a way, and accomplishing what we want to accomplish in life. And that's not always our fault. In fact, it's usually never our fault. I'll be for real. Loss and grief is some of the parts of life that are very uncontrollable. And there's a lot of aspects of life that are uncontrollable, but they're all uncontrollable for a very important reason, y'all. And with loss comes the love that you could have showed them in those times. I feel like it's important. Like, for me, I personally express the spirits that guide me throughout my life, the people I have lost in my life. I personally express my feelings for them and my love for them through my art, through many details and meanings behind my art. Basically corresponds to those spirits and what they mean to me and how I view them and how I viewed those people and those things and those creatures. But I just want y'all to know that it's going to be okay, and that those people and creatures that you care so deeply about, they would not want you to see you suffering over their loss, and they would absolutely not want to see you not have a chance of accomplishing your goals and your dreams because of their loss. That's the last thing that they want, especially if they're sticking here in this reality and continuing to guide us and continuing to be there as spirits. The last thing that they want is for their loss to influence you in a negative way and to put you on the wrong path in a way. Because it's really, really, really hard to comprehend. It's really hard to believe it, but all loss truly is for a reason. Even if it's something that wasn't supposed to happen, or something that was even possibly immoral in a way. What I mean is that, I know it's corny to say, but everything does happen for a reason, y'all. And partly that is true because we can make that reason in a way by expressing our love that we couldn't show to those people and those things. We can express that love still by caring for ourselves the way that they care for us. And not only that, but by pursuing our goals and our dreams so that they can truly move on knowing that they guided us along the right path and that their loss was an influence on us becoming who we wanted to be in a way. And I don't ever want, like, what I'm saying, like, if y'all truly just are experiencing that really hard right now, I'm not ever going to blame you for really feeling that grief and really getting emotional about it and really not being in the mental state to get a lot done right now. But it's important to know when to get back up. I feel like it's important to realize what they would have wanted for you, what they would have wanted you to become, and what they want to see you become in a way. So it's important to remember that, y'all. And it's important to remember that we're all human. We all go through our own experiences. Most of us, if not everybody watching this, has experienced some sort of loss, whether it's a loss of oops, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm goofy, y'all. I'm just getting distracted. I was trying to balance something on here. But basically, like, it is important to, like, really just stay on the path that our dreams align with, the path that allows us to accomplish our dreams in a way. And how we can do that is by listening to our soul and our intuition, by looking within ourselves and realizing that a lot of these answers that we're seeking lie deep within ourselves. And they lie deep within, a bunch of lessons that we have to experience the right way and learn from and gain strength from so that we can find those answers. I think that's important to remember, y'all. But anyways, I think I'm going to wrap this video up soon. I really appreciate you as always. And I apologize if by getting to this point of the video, if you happen to, that it made you emotional and that it brought some feelings out. But just know that these feelings are human and you will always be human. And that's really all you need to be, is just be yourself. Truly just be yourself. And it's okay to rest. It's okay to have days where you're not mentally okay. It's okay to have days where your emotions feel overwhelming, and what it's really about is just finding that way back to yourself, but not relying on a material possession to do so, or not relying on another person to guide us there. We truly do have to find that ourselves. And if you have experienced that loss, look within yourself and look inside of the spirit of that person or that creature. Look within the spirit of that person and really focus on it and really ask it questions within your head. And usually those first answers you get back, at least from my own experience, will be your intuition, will be the things you truly need to do to succeed. It's just important to remember to look within yourself, y'all. And if you happen to be stuck in cycles of consuming materialistic things or relying on materials or other people for your own happiness or your own comfort, just remember that even if you realize that now, it's not something that you can completely get rid of immediately, but it is something that you can renovate on. It is 100% something that you can change. It is 100% something that you can generate for yourself. It is 100% an energy that you can obtain within yourself. You know, because we are all human. Nobody is better than us. Nobody is worse than us. Nobody is higher than us. Nobody is lesser than us. And that's always how it's going to be. And that's why life is so beautiful and balanced, yo. Life truly is the most balanced that it gets. Life is the most equilibrium we'll ever experience, period. And I'm going to probably touch on those dream realms in my next video and explain a little more about them. If y'all would like to know, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know in the comments. Y'all let me know, whatever. And remember to just be yourself today, y'all. Just be yourself. Just be yourself and know what's best for you. Even if it is to rest. Even if you feel like, oh, I haven't really done that much today, or I haven't really done this. If you're stressing that much about it, take some time to rest and look within yourself and realize why you truly feeling that stress, why you really feeling that way, why you putting those like, not restrictions, but like why you focusing so hard on that in a way, why you stressing yourself so much out about that. It's just important to encapsulate your own energy and create your own energy and not really let others influence it. And if they do influence it, let them influence it in a positive way. And I appreciate y'all. Remember to use this tool to your advantage and accomplish anything you can ever imagine, because it is very possible. And I appreciate every single one of y'all. Peacington to all of y'all. Have a good rest of your day.